Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on Marvel Future Fight. And I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about some stuff. Depending on, not everyone, I'm not talking, some of the viewers, I might not be talking to them, but I've been getting a lot of, a lot of recommendations on which character to use. And then I actually looked at, I looked at Carnage and I looked at Sharon Rogers. You see, those are the characters I like the most so far, and I only started playing this game like maybe 3 weeks ago. How long have I bought this thing? Whoops. How long have I bought the timer? So there's 10 days left. So I've been playing the game for about 20 days since 2015. Because what happened is I quit, right? I quit at the beginning of 2016, right? And when I quit, they started coming out with the tier 2, and now, well, I'm back. And the thing is, a lot of people have advanced, and obviously clearly I have fallen behind. Like every other game, if you stop playing, it's only normal that you fall behind, right? That's just how it is. I mean, if you get out of school and then you go back to school, everybody's like, you're so much older and you don't even know what's happening. But yeah, if you guys are a bit older, you kind of understand what I'm saying. Anyways, so I wanted to kind of talk about this game with you guys, and one of the reasons is I was looking at Sharon Rogers and I was looking at Carnage, and I gotten a lot of recommendation. I do want to take the time to thank everybody that has been recommending characters. And of course, I use a bunch of resources already, and I noticed that, hey, I'm always running out of energy. I'm always running out of gold now, and there's so many characters I want to get, but I really need to focus on, at least 5 characters. Just like DC Legends. One of the reasons I started playing this game again was because of DC Legends, because the games are very similar, and actually, unlike before I had all my characters like Spider-Man. We could beat the game and everything, and it was pretty good, right? And then they started adding the tier 2, so didn't really change the gameplay on this thing, but I wanted to talk about the characters here. And one of the reasons I wanted to talk about them is because I was going on in here. You see, one of the things I've noticed about Sharon Rogers and Carnage that I really like, those two characters, obviously some of you don't like them, but hey, personally for me, I like them. One of the reasons why I like these characters is Sharon Rogers has this, right? Freedom Strike. And I'm not looking at that thing. What I'm looking at is this thing. Where is it? My bad. This. Immune to all damage for 5 seconds. So once you apply to yourself, I could do like the 4th attack. I can do the 5th attack and stuff like that. And let me get back out to Carnage. Where is Carnage? Carnage is a fantastic character. And, notice the tier 2 activation rate when Insanity Strike skill is used. Apply to self 50, yada yada. And the thing that I like the most is invincible. So, the character becomes invincible when you use this attack. And of course, this wasn't here before. If you're wondering, before it was just like, there wasn't any tier 2, if you're wondering. So I really like that attack. Also like how it can heal, right? And I think that is the 3rd attack. Yeah. So it drops stuff and you can heal. So I started thinking, maybe it's time to look at some of the characters that can do similar stuff. And I noticed that nobody has been telling me about these characters, and I'm kind of wondering why. Are they bad in a way or something? I don't know. So I'm just wondering, why has nobody really recommended the character? Let's just say that. And I will go over the characters I'm talking about just in case, just in case anybody wants to get some immunity characters. Let me go on over here. So I'm looking at Hellstorm, and he looked pretty good, right? Let me go on over here. If you use this attack, apply to self, immune to all damage for 5 seconds. So that looks pretty good, right? The fire burst. Of course, I haven't used them yet, so I'm not exactly sure. But nobody really kind of said, hey, get Hellstorm. And I don't know. I mean, is there something wrong with him? Maybe his attack is low or whatnot. But I'm looking at him. I'm thinking, hey, that's a pretty good trait, right? So going here, and I already kind of used her to rank up Doctor Strange, right? And I'm looking at her moves and things like that. And I actually took time to do this. And I'm looking at these things, and then I get here, and I see activation rate 25% when attacking. Apply to enemy. and that one I don't really care. But there's 25% to apply immune to all damage. Actually, that isn't that great. My bad. 25%. 25% is pretty low. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But she obviously she has that 25%. Not that great. I don't know. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm. This is really a video where I'm asking, hey, why, why hasn't anybody said anything about these characters? There is the ancient one, and actually the ancient one, you notice the My bad. Let's. Nah. I saw he. It had like ancient shield or something. What happened to it? No, don't tell me I read it wrong. Not possible. Ancient Kier. All right. Inner Self. So, invisibility as well as invincibility. And that seems like a pretty good skill. I don't know. I mean, it seems like a character I should definitely invest in. But, of course, again, nobody has really said anything. Well, actually, even in just 6-star. Tier 2. Applied to all team members. 25% to all type damage. Yeah, I don't know. It seems pretty good to me. Let me know what you guys think. Ancient Kier. Inner Self. Again, invincibility, invisibility. It looks pretty good. And this one actually heals. Applied to Ancient Enchantment. Seriously, I don't know. I think this. I might work on that character. But if anybody, if something's wrong with him, you can always let me know. And then there's Wong. I didn't really look at this character much. I was like, yeah, but he has the Mystic Shield. Immune to all damage for 2 seconds. It's 2 seconds now, right? But if you increase this, it actually increases, increases the amount of time that he's immune. Of course, this version, again, he still has Mystic Shield. Seems like a good character, but nobody has really said anything. Hey, you should get this character. Let me go down a bit. Of course, I asked about Gwenpool, and I did, now that I looked at it, I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, there's a 50% rate when attacking that you get immune to all damage for 5 seconds, and it gets a bunch of other stuff. But, 50% is pretty high, it's pretty low. I don't know. I mean, it's in the middle, so it's hard to, and some of you have also said, it's here and there. So I kind of get what you guys are saying when you say that. There's White Tiger, and nobody actually said anything about White Tiger. I mean, is something wrong with White Tiger? So she has the Amulet Shield, which obviously increases speed by 2.5% and immune to all damage. This is what I'm looking for, right? Because of Carnage and Sharon Rogers, and I use, that definitely beneficial to me, and that's something I do. Of course, some of you have been saying Hyperion is bad. Some of you have been saying Hyperion is good because, he doesn't have immune to. He doesn't have the immune, but he does have increased damage, and I guess the most important thing is the max HP recovery. To a lot, it's really just half the Carnage. I mean, I don't know. I mean, well, it also has defense penetration. But anyways, I know some of you have been saying that Hyperion's not that great. But the thing is, I spent so much time and energy and whatnot on it. If I don't do it, it's like a punch to the face. So I gotta do it, unfortunately. Sharon Rogers, I like a lot right there. And Carnage, two of the best characters I've ranked up. If you guys are wondering what characters are good, try out those two. Definitely worth it, in my opinion. And of course, some of you have been Mason. Thank you so much. You recommended this character as well, and I didn't really kind of look at it until now. And I'm looking at it, and I see like, activation rate when no escape skill is used applies itself 100%. Immune to damage for 5 seconds, guarantees 24% dodge increase. So it seems like a pretty good character, and I might actually want to get her. I mean, because I don't have any speed characters. That's the bad thing. Right now, I don't have any speed characters. So that does sound like a really good character, and I want to go to Wasp and Yellow Jacket. A lot of you have been telling me Yellow Jacket is a great character, right? And he's doing a lot of damage. But But the thing is, even if I increased him to tier 2, I do not think, I could be wrong. I mean, I don't have a yellow jacket that is tier 2, right? I could be wrong. Increase the effects of bounce back. So I could be wrong, but I'm assuming, personally for me, I'm assuming that he will not be able to beat the world boss alone. And that's what I'm really looking for. I'm looking for one character that is able to take out the world boss. Like just single-handedly, right? With the immunity and the attack. I'm assuming Yellow Jacket cannot take out the world boss alone. But if I'm wrong, you can always let me know in the comment section below. If you have a Yellow Jacket, then obviously you know him much more than me because I don't have a yellow jacket. And I was looking at this WAS. Some of you have recommended WAS, and again, I'm really looking for characters that can have that immunity. That's for me. That's what I think would be good. And I'm looking at this character. Some of you have recommended. Obviously, she probably has great attacks and things like that. And I'm assuming again, I don't have this character in tier 2. I'm assuming that she can't kill world boss alone. I don't know. Again, if I'm wrong, you could always correct me. Again, this is an open conversation. And I was looking at this create a barrier which immune to all damage. She really spins the barrier, and that's the point in time she's immune to it. But, there's no timer on it. So, once she stops spinning, it's going to be gone. And I'm going down here. I also see Black Bolt. And I was looking at Black Bolt, and he also has this immune to damage. I'm thinking, hey, nobody has said anything about Black Bolt. Am I reading something wrong? The Sonic Scream. What do you call it? It has Anur dodge, immune to all damage for 5 seconds if you use the Sonic Scream. Feels like a good deal. But again, I'm just wondering if you guys have any opinions about it. Let me know in the comments section below. I do want to thank the viewers that, do spend the time to kind of go over, what I'm thinking. And thank you guys so much. Oh, yeah. So this is why he's so great. Sorcerer Supreme. All right. So, obviously apply to self. All attack plus 15%, plus 20% to speed. Immune to all damage for 777 seconds. So, that I think that, all right, I think, yeah, that is why I'm going to get him. I'm going to focus on getting him. But before focusing on getting him, I need to get other characters so I can get him, right? So some of the characters I just went over already, and I'm thinking, hey, might be a good deal. And, it's an open dialogue. If you guys have anything that, you'd like to let me know, I do appreciate it, and you can always let me know in the comment section below. And what we have here is Revenge with Drax. And Drax is like, you have to use Cry for Blood. And it has 3 seconds, only 3 seconds. It's much lower than Sharon Rogers, obviously only half of Carnage. But, it's still good if you have a 6-star, and I don't. So I'm never, I'm not going for him. I mean, there is no way. I know Spidey. I love you, Spidey. But unfortunately, Spidey, I don't think he can take out. Like, some of you have been telling me, he's a pretty good character or pretty bad character. Really depends on the person that's commenting. But he will not have immune to damage. And that's really what I'm looking for because I think that is more beneficial. And going on into, surprisingly, this character is the character I never thought about it. I mean, he has this big stomach, and I'm going through it, and I see he has the immune to damage here, 5 seconds. So it sounds pretty good. It looks like a pretty good deal. And this one actually, Lion of Asgard. This is tier 2. Apply to heroes and team, non-villain. All damage received reduced by 20%. So, he might not be a good attacker. He might be a good defense. I'm not too sure. But I'm thinking, hey, these are great characters. And these characters, that have immune to damage are really the ones I should be focusing on. And, obviously there are other characters I like, but resources are limited. And sometimes, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So guard 5 hits. That only guards 5 hits, right, for 5 seconds. So once it's five, I like Silk, but once five is up, I'm dead or I'm gonna get hit. So that's not really what I'm looking for. But you notice the characters I gone over so far. I rarely gotten any comments about them, and I'm just wondering, am I getting something wrong? Or this one obviously, um, Enchantress is pretty good, even though what do you call it? She doesn't have that immune to damage. She does have like guard 5 hits, but thing is, she could also like basically freeze the enemy in the state, right? Kind of reminds me of Doctor Strange. Obviously, I don't know. In my opinion, I think Doctor Strange is better, but you might like Enchantress better. I don't know. I could be wrong, but yeah, let me go over some of the other characters as well. All right. Nobody ever told me about Black Panther, and I'm wondering, hey, what's wrong with Black Panther? Let me go on over here. The 5 star. This one, look at this. Apply to cell. Increases critical rate, yada yada. Immune to damage for 5 seconds. And I'm wondering, hey, what's wrong? Nobody, I don't know, nobody has really said, hey, these are good characters or characters that you should be getting. I'm just wondering, hey, am I looking at it wrong? Because I'm planning. I'm planning to. Man, Captain Marvel, you have it too? This is it? I like Captain Marvel. So Captain Marvel has immune to damage as well. And of course her tier 2 increases. This one's not, I guess that's why you don't want to get it to tier 2 because it don't make that much of a difference. I don't know. I could be wrong again. Loki, he has guard, and of course his summoning splits out. That makes, when they have like illusions, that increases damage a lot, but I'm looking for things or characters rather that can handle the world boss just alone, not with any other characters that can become invincible, right? So I don't know. I'm looking at those characters and I'm thinking, hey, those are actually pretty good bets. Like if if I have limited resources, I'm thinking those are probably good bets to bet on. And nobody has said anything. I'm just wondering if something's wrong or whatnot. Let me know in the comment section below. And I do want to take the time to thank you all for listening. And if you're new to a game or if you're just returning to a game and you don't know what I'm talking about the immune to damage. Basically, when you use a skill, right? What happens is you become immune to attacks for a certain amount of time. And I found that the tier 2 Carnage and Sharon Rogers really have that in common. And it's been very, very beneficial. Of course, I haven't gone over the energy attack, the physical attack, and stuff like that. So, if you have any comments, please, please be sure to comment in the comment section below. And I do want to thank you all for, letting me know your opinions and stuff like that. Thank you guys so much for letting me know. And of course, I do try to help others by letting them know. So, you guys are just really, really amazing. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. That is Marvel Future Fight. We went over all the immune characters that I found. Let me know what you think. It looks like, I'm looking at him, even though I don't like him. No, I like the new ancient one much more. I don't know. I just like the female version. I'm looking at her and I'm thinking she might be a good, my next tier 2. And I just wanted to go on in here. I maxed out Yellow Jacket. I can get him into a tier 2, but I'm broke. Well, I'm not, like, I could get him using the ticket. But if if it's better to get the immune to damage character, then I might as well just save it for that. So anyways, let me know what you think. These are the characters that I have in 6 stars. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day, guys.